called, creatively enough, crop stubble. And you can get a little bit of a mulching bonus. This is a heavy mulcher. You can get a little bit of a mulching bonus if you grind that stuff up before you plow. So that's what we're going to be doing now. We're going to grind up our crop stubble on those rice fields. I need to see if I can put down some sort of like cover crop, like oilseed or something. Oilseed daikon is a cultivar of daikon radish that doesn't actually grow great big fat radishes like regular daikon cultivars. Instead, it grows great big old fat oily leaves, daikon leaves, and those leaves cover the entire ground. They're very good at water retention. And when you finally reach the point that you want to put something in the ground, you just grind those oily leaves right into the soil itself, and that provides you with some nitrates and some organic carbon, all that good stuff as well. So it's like organic fertilizer. They call it green manure. And so that's what I want to see if I can lay down on those rice fields. I don't know if it'll let me. Never tried before. I know I can lay it down on regular fields just fine. But that'll at least allow me to cover it with something green and leafy until I'm ready to plant the rice. My AI worker should be getting done with the plowing relatively soon. Looks like you're having as much fun with the plowing as I did. Oh, pardon me, wealthy Japanese person. I am mulching. Yeah, I mean, it's got a texture here that looks more or less like it's just fine for laying down like grass and stuff. I mean, it just seems to be a raised field, but I guess we'll find out when we start running a seeder across it. Mulching is also incredibly satisfying, but just about any tool you use in this game is satisfying. And this just grinds up the organic matter into finer pieces, makes it easier for them to decompose when they get mixed into the soil. Any advantage we can get. Looks like the mulcher hit a little bump there. We'll have to go back over that. looks like our other tractor might be done with plowing or close to done with plowing. Maybe, kind of, sort of. We'll have to check. Woo, almost hit our pump. That's our pump that floods the field whenever we plant rice on this field. That's what actually gives us our rice paddy. Let's see if we can get this additional little bit. You can see the mulcher does a job on grass as well. So everything in this game is harvestable. The grass, the trees, the rocks in the soil. You can harvest them all and you can sell them. Which in itself is pretty cool if you ask me. We can actually put our mulcher here, maybe. For now, let's see how our plow did. Did you finish the field? Not quite. Looks like you came to a stop when you hit the cultivator, so I'm going to have to finish the field for you. Alright. Let's move this guy out of the way. I think I can just kind of there we go. And this should be the last of the bits that need to be plowed. Should be able to lime this next. That's about as close as I can get. So we're going to put the plow over here for now, because it's going to be plowing these fields in just a second. So let's just set the plow over here. Ooh, driving up a hill. Alright. We'll leave that right there. We'll hop into our other tractor. Oh. There we go. Let's grab our lime spreader. And we still have to fertilize these fields, but I haven't picked up my fertilizer spreader. It's still at the shop. So we'll do that before we seed, I think. You can see the little stones that the plow digs up. They haven't gotten that big yet, but eventually the stones will reach the point where they have to remove them. And that reminds me, there's one thing that I haven't purchased yet, and that's a roller. In the US, they're called cultipackers, but in the EU, they're called Cambridge rollers. And rollers sort of press the seeds down into the soil after seeding and stuff. And I want to see about getting a roller. I don't know if they have any cheap ones. Go, that's all limed. I'll set this over here in preparation of this field. Yeah, that makes me think. Wonder how much rollers are. Oh, so many equipment. Oh, so much. Let's see, it would be under yield improvements. Cheapest one I can get away with is this Rexius for 46. But that'll do. Bye. That works. Okay. Let's see. Let's do some seeding. Let's get the canola into the ground. So we need to grab fertilizer. We're going to take this guy back to the shop. Pick up our fertilizer spreader and fill it with fertilizer. What's been my favorite update and change? Well, so far, I'd have to say the fields being, you know, made like real, like, deformable textures. It's been the most interesting. I also like, they've added dynamic weather, and I haven't experienced the dynamic weather yet, but they've added things like tornadoes. They've added fog. I don't know if they've added flooding, but I guess we'll find out. But flooding was a thing in FS22 in mods, where you could get mods for it, but it never really worked right. But considering they've added, you know, flooding to rice fields and stuff, I wonder if they've added flooding when it rains too much, you know? I'd have to say, one of the things I like the most is the new productions. I love the idea of being able to can my stuff or jar my stuff. Some of the new crops have really caught my eye. Peas and green beans, peas especially, are something that I've been wanting to get into for a long time. I saw somebody harvesting peas for real on Twitch a long time ago, using a canola header, I think, funny enough, and he was swathing, which means a swather comes through and it cuts all the crop in a single line, and then you come through with the header and pick it up. But I was fascinated by that, and I remember really wanting to get into like fresh vegetable crops. I'd have to say just about everything, really, so far has been my favorite change, but the deformable terrain has really been impressive. The feeling of dragging the tools through the fields has completely changed. There's our little Amazon fertilizer spreader. This will do just fine. And we're going to run this across the field just once, I think, before we run our seeds down. I gotta wonder if we actually have any seeds. Makes me kind of like an uh-oh. I wonder if we have any seeds. I might have to buy some bags of seeds and go pick them up. Yeah, because our seeder might not have even come full. I mean, it might be full, but it might not be. They have added baby animals, Jazzy Lady, interestingly enough, and baby animals was something that you could get through mods in FS22, but this time the baby animals are much cuter. I'd say much more accurately sized. As adorable as they were in FS22, they were just, in my opinion, a little too small. But the baby animals they've added in this definitely look like adorable little baby animals. I haven't had a chance to add an animal pen yet. Uh-oh. I should have taken a left-pointed albacoikie. Yeah, I can't wait to see to raise my own baby animals. I'm not sure which ones I want to do first. To be honest, I'm still sort of tossing it around in my mind. I raised a lot of chickens and a lot of pigs, and a decent number of cattle as well in FS22. But I don't know which direction I want to go in this time. I could raise goats. I could raise baby goats. Now, the fellow that's on my farm here, the little NPC that you talked to, mentioned a petting farm, a petting zoo. So I'm wondering if I raise some baby goats, baby sheep, stuff like that, maybe I can contribute a few to the petting zoo. Of course, I'd need some land to actually put a pen on, so I have to make some money first. Go ahead and fill this fertilizer spreader up. Okay. And we'll put down a layer of fertilizer and then we'll get to seeding. Something tells me this is going to need a layer of fertilizer. And these are, I think, ammonium nitrate pellets. So they give nitrogen and ammonia to your field. Now, the funny thing about this game is they don't really care about the whole ammonia thing. But that may get added, because that was one of the mods that you could get in FS22. This is one hell of a fertilizer spreader, isn't it? Alright, that is fertilized and ready for seeding. Let's see, where are we going to put our fertilizer spreader? I guess we'll put it next to a mulcher. Of course, the mods that they add to this game will probably add even more baby animals. Rabbits were a thing in the mods of the last game. Same with ducks. Ducks were a thing too. So we might have those. I would say there's a better than average chance that we'll see ducks as a mod. So this is our seeder. I don't know if it has any seeds in it though. It is empty, which means we need seeds. So let's park our seeder right here for the moment. We need seeds. I'll take the big plow tractor, I think. We'll attach the low loader onto it, put the forklift up on the back, grab a few big bags of seeds, and bring them home. Oh, I need to unfold the plow in order to unattach it. There we go. So we have a little low loader trailer. It's very useful for transporting stuff around like seeds. And we have a forklift, which is awesome. Now I have to sneak my way in here. Hey, oh my god, it's Hannah Banana. And she caught the inaugural stream of Farming Simulator 25. Hannah, I'm in Japan right now, believe it or not. I actually just finished harvesting some rice on my rice fields. We're gonna put our... And look! Third person! You can actually see me! Grab our little forklift. The times that I stream are the only times you can go, oh, I gotcha. Well, no, I understand that. Well, that's awesome. I'm very happy to have you, Hannah. I'm so glad that you were able to make it. There we go. Up on the low loader trailer. And we'll put the flashy light on, too, since we'll be driving down the road. Alright, let's go to the shop. We need to pick up some seeds. And this is the fanciest way I know of doing that currently, as this is the very first day of FS 25. I still can't believe I'm saying Farming Simulator 25. It still feels like yesterday that I bought Farming Simulator 22. And this is my great big old Massey Ferguson. I haven't really named her yet. I just have Blue Wizard on all my license plates for some reason. Whoa! Stop. Let's see if I can go around this guy. There we go. What have I missed this past month? Holy shit, it's been a month. Well, I've been working on getting my stream quality working and better. So I've been working on my stream settings and the capture card in order so I can play this game without having some silly OBS running in the background. Yeah, I've just been working on my stream setup essentially. It's been very, very tricky getting it working. Oh, it does look good? That's fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate you saying so. I can't actually see it myself, but I spent quite a bit of money that I had earned on Twitch in order to set it up. And I'm very proud of having done so. And we have arrived at the shop. It is time to buy and pick up some seeds. How cool is it we can actually see our character now? And you can actually see, look at this little thing right here. I own this. How cool is this little thing? Look at this. It's like a Vespa, only it has a cab around it. How cool is that? I know, it's so small. It's so small, but it's really nice. Like, it drives really well. Like, it doesn't tip at all. It's perfect. I'm leaving it here at the shop temporarily so I can zip back and forth to the shop by just pressing the tab key. But we're here to buy some seeds. Oh, look at that. We actually got people in here that we can talk to, I think. Or maybe not. They're just in there. They don't want me to come in. Let's see. We need seeds. Solid fertilizer, big bags, etc., etc. Seeding. That would be where seeds is. Let's buy 4 bags. Yay! Bye. Yeah, they are for aesthetic purposes only, but there are NPCs you can talk to. I just haven't quite, like, there are NPCs around town you can actually talk to, believe it or not. And, like, they'll have missions and stuff. They've added that. You can actually talk to the NPCs now, which is very different. Like, you'll notice I have a couple people on my farm that I can talk to, one of which was talking about setting up a petting zoo. The idea of setting up a petting zoo and me raising some baby animals for the petting zoo. But I'm not quite there financially, but I was just like, oh, that would be amazing. Let's see if we can get all 4 bags here. Come on. There we go. Just about. Yeah. That's what I like to see. And they added my favorite forklift to the game. This forklift came with the Platinum expansion of Farming Simulator 22. And I liked it so much that I ended up using it on all my farms. And they added it. And I'm just like, oh, thank you so much. Alright, I'll set these down. Perfect. And we'll add the tension straps. And let's go home. So these are bags of lime here. I left a few bags of lime at the store. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be going back and forth to the store to pick stuff up for a while. But at least I got a tractor that really drives. Look at that, 53 kilometers an hour. That's a fast tractor. This is a Massey Ferguson 9S. I've been wanting to drive one of these big boys for a long time. It's pretty new. The 9S just came out a few years ago. Oh, I can understand that. Falling asleep is, that just happens, and it's good for you. So you need your sleep, Hannah. That's understandable. Now that we got our seeds, we should be ready to finish the last part of our field work, except for rolling. You can see the plowed texture is like actual plowed texture now, like the trenches and the bits that you dig with a plow now. Like it actually matches what you do. It's crazy. It's like Play-Doh. It's like molding Play-Doh with a tool. It's the weirdest thing. Should just be able to pull up next to this. Let's see if we can refill this easily. Yeah. That did it. Awesome. Well, that was easy. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll unload that stuff in a little while. Let's get started. We have an actual field needs to be seeded. Let's select canola. Yeah, how cool is that? You can actually see, like, my tires sinking in. How cool is that? And it actually leaves tire treads and, like, it's like squishy. It's like Play-Doh. Alright, I'll be right back, y'all. Don't go nowhere. Yeah, I'm gonna take a real quick break, etc., etc. And, gonna go stretch. I'll be right back, y'all, okay? Oakley dokley. Let's go ahead and return. Oh, so something cool happened. Mavinka and Katrina, my Lotu characters, officially playable D&D characters. Hey, that's pretty cool. That's very different. That's awesome. Have already been through a lot. I love to hear that. So you'll have to tell me about your adventures since I don't know much about D&D. So I think, yeah, I think it's laying down seed now. Let's double check and make sure. Yep, canola. Because known as the weed child of the party. Well, that makes sense for a hobbit. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you know, I brought a little bit of my hobbitness to this game in that I have a greenhouse that grows mushrooms. I don't know if I showed you my mushroom greenhouse yet, Hannah. I also have a greenhouse that grows rice shoots, rice saplings. I'll show you that real quick. He's not Grandpa, but I'd like to call him Grandpa. They were reunited in a prison in which our warlock with high charisma seduced every single judge, and then our wizard guy broke us out of... That's awesome. Check out my mushroom greenhouse. How cool is that? I'm growing enoki and oyster mushrooms. And over here I got my rice greenhouse. How cool is that? You love oyster mushrooms? That's awesome. So this was the fella I talked to about the petting zoo.
What's up, kid?
I need help with crops. Can you tell me more about rice, if that's possible? Explain rice step by step.
Check the crop calendar and appropriate time frame for planting and harvesting before you start. Step 1 to grow rice is placing rice paddies. That's a construction similar to grapevines and olive groves. You need to place and shape a paddy on your land.
Obviously.
Step 2 is planting the rice. Here's the fun part. Before sowing, you need to fill your field with water. Keep it up to 60% full for plants to grow. To fill your paddy with water, simply interact with the water pump next to your rice field.
Ooh.
Step 3 is planting the rice.
Makes sense.
By the way, you can grow your very own rice saplings in a specialized greenhouse. To keep it simple right now, you can just buy them. Fill your planter with saplings and fertilizer. Yes, planting and fertilizing happens at the same time. Nice. Plant row after row.
Makes sense.
Step 4 is managing the water level. You need to maintain different water levels at different growth stages. You can raise or lower the water level.
Okay.
The pump will automatically provide the correct amount of water. Just check your water pump daily to maintain the proper level, or you will lose seedlings and yield.
Okay.
On to step 5. Once the plant is ready to harvest, just head over to your harvester and hop in.
Easy enough.
Drive to one corner of your paddy and start harvesting one row after another. When the tank of the harvester is full, drive it up to your trailer, facing it rearward since it unloads in the back.
Yep.
Or store.
Prices fluctuate.
Cultivate another batch of rice.
Apply lime to the field.
And cultivate the paddy with a cultivator. Lime is only required after a couple harvests. Check the field info if required.
Okay.
That's it. Enjoy some rice.
Okay. Simple enough. So yeah, as you can see, we got people we can talk to now. We have golden oyster mushrooms, and I love that they're invasive only because they can over-harvest and make them in omelets. We can over-harvest and make them in omelets, but my boyfriend found stuff eating them, which is good. Okay. I think this is still turned on. We're doing canola, which I know I've done before, but still, it's exciting. It's a little bit hard to see the texture of the seeded part, so I'm going to have to really pay attention. Yeah, canola in Japan. Well, they gotta have cooking oil in Japan, right? They gotta have canola oil. After all, that's what I'm making. I'm making canola oil and rice oil. Those are my two products starting out, because I have a little oil refinery, a tiny one. I figure I'm providing cooking oil to the people of Japan. After all, they gotta have stuff to, stir fry in. And so I'm providing a valuable service to the Americans that happen to want canola oil. Yeah, it's really tricky seeing the seeded texture, but I can see it now. I figure oil is a good start. Since we're going rice, and it allows me, I've never even thought about making rice oil. I didn't even know rice oil was a thing until I started playing this. But hey, I learn something new every day, right? I know, it's like Mage is growing canola again. But hey, it's a very popular cooking oil. It's the most popular oil that people cook like French fries and stuff in. And by growing rice oil as well, I'm kind of specializing. Yeah, it's still exciting. This is very new. I have to say I like this game. It's it feels different working a field than it does in FS22. It feels it feels 3D. It feels like the soil that you're in is actually interacting with your tractor tires. It's I can't really describe it. It feels like Play-Doh, I guess. Somebody described it once as feeling like Play-Doh on a video on YouTube, and I didn't really know how to take that until I tried it. And yeah, it feels like it's like simulated mud. It's really cool. Hand check. Oh, you're right. Well, considering I'm going another 10 minutes, I'll tell you what, Hannah, I'll go ahead and I'll just call it in about 5 hours. Considering that you're right, it's important to pay attention to that. And my hands have been, well, I've been working on them. My skin's been kind of drying out lately. The unfortunate thing I learned about scar tissue is it's, well, it dries out very quickly and just kind of turns very hard and makes it very difficult to move my fingers around. I need sleep for sanity. That's a good point. And of course, I'll be taking, I'll probably be streaming tomorrow night, and then I'll be taking Thursday night off to rest. This has been absolutely amazing, though. This has just blown me away. What an awesome update. I mean, this is just... Yeah. You outdid yourselves, Giants. Hopefully we see plenty of, bug squashing and all that good stuff. They get the textures working properly, which were flickering a little bit at the beginning. I checked one thing I didn't really check, though. In construction. Oops. I don't see why we can't have a doghouse. Right? Why not? There we go. Oh my god. Is that a lab? Puppy! Aww. My angel. Here, I'll fill your bowl. Oh, it's a yellow lab. That's so cute. It looks just like Hope. That's a good question. It keeps going back to eat. Hello, Toby. Let's see, switch hand tools. I don't know if I can pet Toby. Oh. Hello, Toby. Well, now it's not letting me pet Toby. Maybe they'll add that. 5 out of 10, can't pet the doggo. But that's okay. I have a for real yellow Labrador that wants me to pet her right now. Hope is probably waiting on me right now to finish up the stream and all that good stuff. And this is just reminding me. Yeah, I can turn on the flashlight, but I can't seem to pet the doggo. Yeah, 1.5 out of 5 stars. Great game, but can't pet the puppy. I totally agree. Giants, get your ass on this. I want to be able to pet the puppy. But I'm gonna go pet my real puppy and go cuddle Hope for a little while and get some rest and all that. I sure do appreciate everybody joining me for my very first night of Farming Simulator 25. I still feel a little weird saying Farming Simulator 25. Hope just woke up from a nap, so she's gonna be very happy to see me when I run in there. All right, Farming Simulator, you are awesome. I appreciate everybody. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Jazzy. Thank you, everybody that came out to hang out with me and to say hi. Luanori, everybody that was here and popped by in order to say hi and hang out. I'm probably going to be streaming tomorrow night as well. More Japan. So we're heading back to our farm in Japan tomorrow night. Then I'll take a night off on Thursday and return Friday for even more fun. So cheers, everyone. I'll see you guys on the other side. I love you all. Mwah.